Hi, this is Laurie.
Oh yeah, this is Peter.
And this is Laurie and Peter's All Prince Movie Reviews All the Time channel.
Yes.
yes, baby. He's back. We're back. It's another. There's not many Prince movies to like film.
No, I feel like doing a split.
And I feel like doing the splits, I tell you. So anyway, we are here today to discuss the 1987 concert film, Prince's Sign O' the Times.
Okay. But I just thought we were here. We were dearly
beloved. We were gathered here today to get through this thing called life. But no, with this Sign of the Times with Sheila E. Sign of the Times is a concert film, like I said, 1987. They recently, this past week, they released it in IMAX out of the blue. I wasn't expecting this, but I saw about a month ago. I was like, whoa, okay. And it's a film it's a concert film that I've loved for a long time.
Yes. And you know what?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know it was because I had seen it a long time ago.
You haven't watched
it? I just happened to see it. And I was going, oh, that was pretty good. I didn't even know that it was a film.
Oh, okay. Oh, you never knew it came out in theaters?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so you don't know the history of Sign, which is interesting because, yeah, for as good a film as it is,
it's very good.
It did not do well at the box office at all. So this came.
Well,
I remember when this
came
out.
It had such a limited run.
Yeah, it did. Well, this came out. Where this post Purple Rain. Mm-hmm. After Purple Rain, Prince did a film called Under the Cherry Moon, which bombed badly critically and at the box office. And I don't know.
I didn't think it did too bad. Where do you get your record?
The record store. Oh God! I remember I've seen Under the Cherry Moon a couple times out when I haven't watched it since the 80s. I remember it being funny. I thought it was funny, but I haven't watched it since. That's a kind of like a dare. Would a dare me to watch it? I don't know if it's much of a dare as watching Graffiti Bridge, which I've never seen.
Now, I've never seen that.
I don't know if I want to.
I remember looking at part
I love
of
you,
it
Prince,
going,
but
okay,
it just does not look good.
No.
It does not look good. Anyway, so Sign of the Times is a concert film in accompaniment with his album from 1987, Sign of the Times, which is widely considered his best album ever. I might not consider it his best album ever.
Right.
But
I would say I don't consider it his best album, but I consider it a very good album.
I can see why people consider it, though. It's and one of the things that I mentioned while we were watching this, and it's Prince. It's a more mature Prince at the height of his fame and popularity and his musical talent. You know, that's when at his pinnacle. So I think that why maybe people feel that way, because he was at his artistic best. No, I want artistic best. Yeah, at his artistic peak, and there's a maturity at the same time.
Yeah, I would say that's definitely true in how he plays his instruments.
I think in the songwriting and everything else too, and the performance. There's just something there. Anyway, this movie was directed by Prince, and I'm gonna air quote that because of a concert. One of the things, he didn't tour this album in America. In the United States. And he did it. He only toured it, I think did very few dates in Europe, mainly like the Netherlands for some reason. And I don't know if it was because he wasn't going to tour this concert in the United States that they decided to film it. They were going to film it in a way. Remember, they filmed the Purple Rain concert, and there's a very famous video that was just re-released last year of that concert. Because he was on tour, Purple Rain went huge. He was on tour forever. he was tired. He was tired of playing Purple Rain every night, and he had already done 2 other albums since then. So I think the decision was they did a live broadcast, simulcast of that concert, that Purple Rain concert. And then he said, "That's it. I'm done. I got to move on and create more music. I'm not going to be." Whereas usual, an artist would tour an album that successful for 2 to 3 years. He's like, but he was just like, I got too much music going on. I can't be sitting here playing this stuff, old stuff, constly on repeat.
And I met him during that time.
You did meet Prince during that time.
Yes.
So, how was he? what?
He was great.
Okay.
So, and that's all. That's all
I'm gonna say about that. We're gonna start dirty rumors. No, but so I think they decided to just film this concert and put it out. Apparently the film footage, they didn't like the footage they captured of the actual concert in the Netherlands. They didn't think it looked well enough, so they actually reshot most of this concert.
Yeah, so then they had
Paisley
Prince
Park
directed.
Studios, which had just opened up. He just opened up his, what's now a museum now, where he's his home and where he lived and worked.
And died.
And died, yeah, in the elevator. You don't want to say anything about the elevator.
It was up and coming.
Okay. Oh my God. But so this concert, even so, this is they did it to the their live audio performance though. So they kind of recreated it, and I just watched the outtakes. They are re-performing it, and you can see them stop and kind of let's do that again. But it's the live track is them actually playing, and so it's kind of interesting. It's is this really a concert film or is it not? If they're they're not actually, it's not being actually pulled. The audio's from an actual live concert, but they're redoing what they would have done live on stage anyway.
It felt live to me.
It felt live to you. It does feel very live to you, but you can tell just by some of the camera movements and the shots, and there is a little bit of storyline in this, but I think, what was your thought on that? I'm going on and on about this now.
I think the songs carried a story.
Okay.
And I just thought it was done very well.
Yeah.
I was all into it.
Have you watched this very often over the years, or was it something you just saw back then and hadn't?
No, I haven't, because it wasn't until you had told me that it was a film. I just thought I was watching some good Prince stuff.
Oh, okay. Because there's a lot of Prince concerts on YouTube or something like that. But this was, So what happened with this? They filmed it. They recreated the concert. They released this. It was released in November 1987 in 234 theaters, which is not a lot at all.
No, that isn't.
That isn't, because usually even nowadays stuff gets released in 3,000 or 4,000 theaters. But I mean, back then you could at least expect 1,000 to 2,000 to carry a major film. 234 is not much. The film did not do well, and it was gone within a week or two. It was out.
See,
it was.
Now, when you had told me about that,
I remember because I wanted to see it, and all of a sudden I was like, "What happened to this movie?"
Yeah, it just boggled my mind.
I didn't even get around to getting
I couldn't even think about even touching my record with Purple Rain.
Oh, going to see it? You saw it 75 times or something like that?
70, I think, actually paid for it 72 times.
So it got all your money.
All my money.
But yeah, this it came out, it disappeared, and apparently when it got released on VHS videotape, that's when people started discovering it. I had a VHS copy, and it's this is a great ass concert. This is kind of, and because you never heard about it through the years. And one of the things probably I remember catching it on cable at one point, and apparently in 2017, Showtime got the rights to it, and they start showing it on their channel. And of course, by then, everything's like digital, high definition, widescreen. And I remember digitally recording it on my TiVo. It's how long it was like, because it was in widescreen. I had only had a VHS, which was cropped,
Right.
if you know that. So I was like, I haven't recorded this. This is great. And so
Well,
I had a recording of it I would watch all the time.
I can't even tell you what I saw it on at first, but I
Probably
was just
VHS.
like, "This is great,"
Yeah, all right.
and I
That's
watched
Sign of
it,
the Times.
and I just thought it was great, although I didn't think it was a movie or a film. It was just Prince performing,
And
just like concerts I had been at before, and I was into it.
yeah, I mean, it's it's Prince performing in concert live. It's that shit's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's interesting. So I've had my eye out on this movie for a long time, and like I came on cable. I recorded a copy and burned it on DVD for myself, and would break it out every once in a while. And then now with it coming out on IMAX, I'm happy they did it. One of the things I've always thought this was an underrated concert, because you don't really hear concert film, because you don't really hear a lot of talk about it in the annals of concert films, although I'm like trying to think of what the top concert films might be, like Monterey Pop, I forget which ones, but it doesn't get talked about. But when I've seen discussions of it, particularly with this release, and people are like, oh yeah, this is one of the greatest concert films ever put out. Yes. And I was like, I definitely agree with it. And one of the things is, like, going back to Purple Rain, it's one of the reasons I air quoted Prince directing it, because really I think a lot of it was directed by Albert Magnoli, who directed Purple Rain. And if you see how the performances are shot, you can like, okay, yeah, that's his imprint. You can, it has that kind of same energy and liveliness and professionalism. I mean, the great thing about Purple Rain is how the performances are shot.
The one thing that just showed, there was one part where he jumped, and I was just like, that's actually a great shot.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah. Everything is. You can see this is well thought out and crafted. It's more because you can compare it to the Purple Rain concert, which is broadcast on TV. So they're like calling cameras as you go. Right. Where this is, you can specifically, like, I want the shot from here. Right. They took the time to place the cameras and catch the performances, but still it has that really good energy of a live concert. But getting back to the Purple Rain, though, like, the best parts of Purple Rain are the performances and how they're shot, and how they're, as many people say, is like the acting is and the storyline is So if you ever wanted Purple Rain without the acting and storyline, that's Sign of the Times. Yeah, it does. It has very minimal, and yeah, it does have a little bit of a storyline, but I like that. It's kind of cute.
You know what? It didn't have one really good part on it in there, and that was wanting to ride your motorcycle.
Next thing, it's going to be wanting to ride your motorcycle. Oh my God. Or Lake Minnetonka. Yeah. Purifying yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. It's not in here, but, those classic.
That part.
But, that is the fun of Purple Rain, because it is. Yes, the bad parts are gloriously and fun and bad in their badness. And the performances are great. So you don't get the bad parts of this. But it's...
Although that wasn't Lake Minnetonka.
No, it wasn't, actually. Well, of course. Jesus Christ. But getting back to Sign of the Times concert film, which is a more serious effort. It's a more mature effort. The album's a more mature effort on his part. I think of that album is kind of disjointed to me, because it's like a patchwork of a lot of different styles of songs and stuff. It's great in its patchwork.
Right.
But,
no, it is.
But in this concert, the way it's, you know, filmed, and what tracks he chooses to use from that. And none of the like the big Prince hits you're expecting, Purple Rain or 1999 or When Doves Cry, are in this at all. The only thing that's in this is Little Red Corvette, a very short snippet of it.
Right.
But for me, it's like you don't need it because Sign of the Times has a lot of great songs on it. And
it does. And you know what? You know what else I discovered? Because his wardrobe was always so meticulous. But what I really discovered with this is that his clothes were a little looser.
There were a little more casual feel to it, wasn't
Yes.
it? It was a little more Prince ground. I mean, he's wearing like some kind of jean stuff, which I mean, there's this, like notoriously not known for wearing jeans.
Yeah.
But he does have. It's
Well, the thing is, what I noticed was even his bodysuits were a little loose.
except for that one, except for our favorite hot thing, neon rubber band outfit.
Yes.
I want a set of pajamas in that pattern.
Now
and
I want it.
In that material with the neon rubber bands. Neon hoops.
That's a dang shame
hot
that
thing
I
pajamas.
want that. I want hot thing pajamas.
I want hot thing pajamas, y'all. I don't want to give away my ideas. I'm gonna like make them and find that pattern. But getting on back to, like I said, it's Purple Rain without. You thought the acting was bad and the plot line was bad. Watch this because it's very minimal of it. And then the only thing with this, right in the center of it, is You Got the Look music video that was a big hit at the time. And the picture quality is definitely degraded. That video was made for MTV. It's put in here as kind of a dream sequence kind of thing, but it doesn't match the quality of the rest of the film, which is kind of like, well, why did they do that?
Yes.
But, you know, I don't know if it's an afterthought. I don't know what. Because it's on the same set, and it's like maybe that's the footage they shot in the Netherlands, in Rotterdam, that didn't come out so good that they used in that video. I don't know. But yeah, I will say I have, you know, one other thought about this, which is Prince was always kind of ahead of the curve on a lot of things.
Yeah, and I think in this movie, he's ahead of the curve.
He's ahead of the curve because, you know, we can debate whether this is a true concert film since they reshot the performance to their live performance, them performing the music live, but they reshot most of this. But it's a visual album, which is like the thing. Beyonce has done visual albums and is getting a prouder praise. It's like, well, this is like 30 years before Beyonce did visual albums, maybe, or 20-something years.
Well, he was ahead of
He was ahead on a lot of things. So, but you know, I don't think the Beatles ever did. They did video clips, but I don't think they did a whole video album. I'm trying to think of somebody who did that. They did movies, though. Yeah. So that was
a whole video thing.
But you know, that was a movie, and this was a movie. So, but you can this is kind of has a feel of a visual album.
Yeah.
In that,
but I think this was better
because it's using the majority of the tracks are from that one album, and very little from any of his other material prior to that. There are some tracks. The two disappointing things for me is the song "The Ballad of Dorothy Parker" is on this album, but it's not in this film, and it's like probably my all-time favorite Prince song.
Really?
I love that song. I think that song is so amazing. It's such an amazing, just all about it. How it's written, how it's produced, even just. That's an amazing song.
I can see that.
But at the same time, I couldn't see how that song would fit into this, or how they would perform it to do it. Couldn't. I don't think you could do it because there's something special about that recording that I wouldn't want them to perform it live.
Maybe that's why it wasn't put in there.
Maybe not. And also the other disappointing thing, he doesn't do the song "Adore" in this film, and that's on that album, and that's an amazing song, which should be performed live. I think the track is played during the credits of this, but that he doesn't have a performance of "Adore."
Yeah, but they did have "Forever in My Life."
They did, and which I loved. You told the story how that was the song you had played during your wedding, and I was like, all us girls who were watching this with you were like, "Oh, oh my God!" And somebody played that for me at a wedding. Oh my God! That was just very touching. So. Any final thoughts? I do have one final thought, but I'll let you go. Any final thoughts on Prince's Sign of the Times? I'm sad I wasn't going to be able to. I didn't get to see this in IMAX, but we watched it in LarMax at least. Which was cool. I wish, I just can't get out to the theaters at this point in my life.
Well, coming here to watch it. Mm-hmm. I thought it was great. Mm-hmm. I really loved it. I didn't know the thing about it being a film because,
you just thought it was another release. No, this was an actual concert film.
And I was like, oh, I saw it without any thinking about it.
Right. And it was just another album. It's another concert film by Prince.
Yes. And I like the company. I like everything.
Mm-hmm. Just one final thought.
What's that?
Sheila E. on drums in this. Killing it.
Yeah. She was killing
it.
But I was
a Cat Glover too. This is one of my favorite, besides the Revolution, this is the favorite band of Prince's, this favorite lineup.
I still think
everybody else kind of felt like sidemen.
With George Benson.
Well, I'm talking about Prince.
So much.
I know you've seen her play with George Benson. Was this before she?
Way before.
Before? Oh man, yeah. She probably had the little afro, the Creole afro.
I think so. And she
shout out to the Garniers.
Known as Sheila E. George said, "Let me introduce Sheila E." Sheila E. And then when she came and
was she by Sheila E. then or Sheila Escovedo?
No, that's what she said. George Benson said Sheila E.
Oh, really?
And I was just like, who's Sheila E?
And you?
When she came up there, I said, ooh, that's Sheila E.
Yeah. She's killing it. She's on in this movie. She's on the full-on metal kit with the double kick drums and like 20 million toms and cymbals all around. And she is playing like she's backing up like freaking Megadeth. It's awesome. She gets a drum solo in here. The whole band. I love this band though. But basically, I think, like the Revolution and Prince, they felt like a band. And this one, because half of the band was Sheila E.'s, he pulled that band they were her band.
Yeah.
The members of that. He still had Matt Fink in there from the Revolution was still on there. And a few other guys were newer. So it felt like more of a band unit too. His subsequent bands, like New Power Generation, felt like sidemen to me.
Brown
even though
wasn't there.
No, he had Levi Ceasar, who was a guitar player, but he rips off a great bass solo in this.
He does.
So yeah, it's a really great band. He had backing him up in this time period too, and I would go on to see them play the Love Sexy concert, which is my first Prince concert next year. Anyway, final thoughts. That's Sign of the Times. It may be the last few showings this weekend if it's still in IMAX theater. I'm sad I won't be able to catch it, but this was not too bad way to revisit that. And it's just like, I was wondering if I would still enjoy this concert, and it's I did. There is no, I don't think there isn't any like dips in the energy.
No, there isn't.
You know.
No, there isn't.
And him and Cat, I wanted, yeah. I really like this lineup of musicians, and Cat Glover as his kind of like foil in terms of one of the things I really, listening to an interview of her, she was like, I was like one of the only people who had the same kind of energy as Prince. They were both like really hyperactive, energetic people. She could keep up with him, and you can see that in this. It's
yes,
like
you can.
You know, it's very much on display. So just really great performers in this and stuff like that. So even if they recreated it, they recreated the hell out of this thing.
Yes.
So Sign of the Times, you can definitely catch it. There's DVDs available. I think the Criterion Collection, even in the Criterion Collection. So it's something that over the years has gained its respect. And as a great concert film.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it was. I really like the costuming. He did all over the place.
Yeah, everything. Just really captured the height of Prince in terms of his fame, popularity, and his creative powers all kind of combining as one, and his maturity level, which you didn't get in his as great as his earlier albums were. This is a grown-up Prince.
This really is.
Dealing with more grown-up themes and song structures and stuff. So anyway.
I think his life balanced out. At this time.
Something about it, yeah. Well, you know, life kind of, there was an interesting thing going on for him.
Yes.
Anyway, did I stop? No, I didn't. We out. Yeah, we're going to out. We miss you, Prince.
We do.
Yeah. We miss. Bye now. We out.
Bye. We out.